Y'all, this is one of those cases that I wonder if he's this stupid or he just thinks that we're this stupid. 2025 Thanksgiving dinner under Trump is 25% lower than 2024 Thanksgiving under Biden, according to Walmart. My costs are lower than Democrats on everything, especially oil and gas. So the Democrats' affordability issue is dead. Stop lying. Let's take a look at the comparison between last year and this year. And what's the first thing you notice right off the bat? Big list, little list. On the big list, last year, you got a 10 to 16 pound turkey. You got Hawaiian rolls, sweet corn, ocean spray jellied cranberry sauce, great value green beans, fried onions, condensed cream of mushroom soup. Oh, I hate that shit. Great brown gravy mix. I hate gravy too. You get pie, you got things to make pie, you get the cornmeal mix, chicken broth, potatoes, the whole works. This year's meal includes butterball turkey, 13.5 pounds, which is not the same as the 12 to 16 pounds. Let's see, we got fried onions, we got mushroom soup, stovetop stuffing, great value dinner rolls, russet potatoes, cranberries, fresh cranberries, so you got to make that shit yourself. Baby carrots. It's not nearly the same thing. You don't even get dessert. So either Walmart pulled a fast one over on Trump, or Trump's trying to pull a fast one over on us, or both can be true. So, if you have somebody in your life who's trying to tell you that prices are lower this year than they were last year, show them this list. I'll even screenshot them in the comments if you need a copy. We have to hold this administration accountable for every single lie that they tell, and I realize that that is one hell of a feat. I'm going to go write an email to Walmart now, and I think you should too.
Hey everyone, welcome back to the channel. If you're new here, don't forget to hit the like button, subscribe, and ring that notification bell so you never miss out on our weekly breakdowns of politics, power, and pure presidential absurdity. Now, let's talk Turkey, literally, because President Trump just declared that there's no affordability crisis in America, all thanks to a $35 Walmart Thanksgiving dinner kit. Yes, you heard that right. According to Trump, if you can grab a discounted turkey leg and a can of cranberry sauce from Walmart, the economy is just fine. Inflation? What inflation? Struggling families, I never heard of them.
You know, they have this new word called affordability, and they don't talk about it enough. The Democrats did.
It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do. That they do a synopsis of everything. They cover every element of Thanksgiving meals. 25% down. So I don't want to hear about the affordability. Number came out today that was amazing. Walmart. I trust Walmart. Arkansas, great place, Arkansas, great company, Walmart. They announced today, with after many years, they do this every year for many years, that Thanksgiving for the United States of America under Donald Trump as president is 25% less for Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings than it was under Sleepy Joe Biden's administration. So we talk about affordability. I think that's the best chart. That's better than a poll. That's better than anything I can think of. So Walmart, which everybody trusts, and I trust, and everybody trusts Walmart, they're not looking to do anything except give the numbers. And they have for many years. They talk about the cost of Thanksgiving and the cost of living through Thanksgiving and enjoying Thanksgiving. For Joe Biden, it was 25% more than it is for me. At a later time, our energy costs are way down. Our groceries are way down. Everything is way down. And the press doesn't report it. The press reports whatever the con people say. You know, I call the Democrats con men and women. They make up numbers. But when you look at 25% reduction in costs for Thanksgiving between Biden and me, meaning this administration, that's a tremendous number. It's the biggest reduction in cost in the history of that chart or whatever it is they do.
Since all of us are probably going to have to hear about the stupid Walmart Thanksgiving dinner that Trump is claiming is 25% less until Thanksgiving, let me break it down for you, because he is once again full of shit. Okay, I know it's shocking to everyone, but he's now claiming that this proves affordability is not an issue because his prices are down 25% from the Thanksgiving meal that Walmart was selling last year. So let me tell you why this is misleading. Okay, last year, the Walmart meal, and I had to take some notes on this so I would remember. Last year, the Walmart meal was feeding 8 people. and it was $56. So that was about $7 per person. This year, the meal feeds 10 people, and it's $40. Now, here's what Trump isn't telling you. He claims, wow, isn't that fantastic? You can get a meal for less than when sleepy Joe Biden was the president. For one, the turkey is the same exact size. So they are now feeding 10 people on the turkey, where last year they were feeding 8. So, of course, that's going to lower the price per person. Okay, the other thing that he's not telling you is that this year's box does not include a pie, cranberry sauce, onions, or whipped topping. So they have reduced the number of items in the box. So therefore, the price is lower. It has less food. So he's going to go around for the next few weeks bragging about how grocery prices are down 25%, when really this is just Walmart selling a different Thanksgiving meal than they did last year. A meal that contains the same amount of turkey, and now they want it to feed more people, and it contains less food. So he's sitting there saying how the Democrats are lying because food prices are not up. This is proving that they're down when he is actually the one misleading you. So there you go. That's the deal on the Walmart Thanksgiving meal.
How to speak Trump number 10. November. Thanksgiving's coming up. Trump translation. Well, it's November, and we all know that that means Thanksgiving is around the corner, and a lot of people are big fans of Thanksgiving, and there's some traditions I'd like to draw your attention to here, like the president is supposed to pardon a turkey every year. What'd the turkey do in the first place? I think we should find that out before we go pardoning these turkeys. If it's a filthy, dirty criminal turkey, I think that we should go ahead and have it executed, just like the rest of the Thanksgiving turkeys. I don't know what it did to deserve a pardon, but we're looking into this. Me and my cabinet are discussing what to do about the turkey pardon. I think we should kill all the turkeys so that people have turkey to eat on Thanksgiving, and I don't have to look at those things anymore because their heads are weird and kind of ugly, and I think a lot of people think the same as me on this. Also, the name Thanksgiving has kind of been done. It's a little bit boring and kind of lame. I think a lot of people are tired of that, so I'm going to go ahead and make an executive decision. We're going to start calling it Trumpsgiving. It's going to be called Trumpsgiving. We're going to kill all the turkeys. We're going to eat all the turkeys, and everyone's going to get full and happy and sleepy and lay around and watch football, and there's going to be a lot of turkey to go around, a lot of dead turkeys that we can cook up and eat, and I'll be the first to say it. Happy Trumpsgiving, America.
I just want to say to every American that's having trouble with this, I am sorry I voted for him. I regret it with all my heart. I feel like I've enabled this monster to destroy democracy, destroy everything that is good in this country.
We've got a very crazy man driving the train, and he's going to kill this country.
And Anthony, are you voting a straight up and down Democratic ticket?
Not only there, I am actually for the very first time contributing across the board, across the country. And I've never, ever written a check or spent any money on anything political because I'm afraid. I'm afraid.
I've been a lifelong Republican since the day I turned 18. For the first time in my life, I'm going to vote a straight Democratic ticket. Is if they're connected to Donald Trump, they are not connected to me.
So you now are no longer a Republican?
I am not, no.
Because of Donald Trump?
Because of Donald Trump. It was no longer the party that I joined. It's morphed into something that's almost unrecognizable.
You were a lifelong Republican.
Right.
If somebody had told you, say 15 years ago, that you are preparing to vote a straight up and down Democratic ticket in the midterms, you would have said what to them?
Oh, it's crazy. Yeah.
So why are you now doing it?
To see Republicans not stand up to him, and the ones that do are just quitting.
I just think there's no values left anymore. There should be values. We have no values. He doesn't have any values. I thought he had values.
No, I'm definitely voting Democrat. I've been knocking on doors. I got a clipboard.
You're even canvassing.
I am canvassing for a Democrat in Wyoming.
That's how strongly you feel.
I believe hardly anything the president says, but I do believe he's a
So after getting walloped in the election on Tuesday, Republicans have spent the past 36 hours tripping over themselves to convince people that they're actually the party of affordability. Look at Trump's new favorite excuse for why he's crushing it on the economy.
And Walmart just announced that the cost of their standard Thanksgiving meal, this is the greatest, is 25% lower than 1 year ago. Isn't that great? That's a big deal.
We should probably debunk this one before the GOP keeps running with it to gaslight people. First of all, the Walmart Thanksgiving dinner last year had 21 items in it. This year, it has 15. So they removed more than 25% of the items from the deal. They also took out all of the fresh produce and all of the brand named items from it as well. So it's basically worse and less than it was last year, which is actually a pretty good metaphor for the GOP's economic policy. I mean, it's just classic Trump to single out this one example that isn't even true, that he had no hand in whatsoever, and try to use it as an example for why the economy is booming. Meanwhile, the rest of the GOP has their head in the sand and is acting like none of these problems exist in the first place. They clearly haven't learned their lesson from this week, and they are not going to be able to propagandize their way out of this one. Americans are hurting, and they are not falling for this gaslighting BS anymore.
It's Thursday, November 6, 2025, and at 9 a.m. or so East Coast time this morning, Donald Trump put the following on Truth Social. He said 2025 Thanksgiving dinner under Trump is 25% lower than 2024 Thanksgiving dinner under Biden, according to Walmart. My costs are lower than the Democrats on everything, especially oil and gas. So the Democrats' quote affordability issue is dead. Stop lying. When I saw this, I just kind of froze, and just all I immediately thought about was those who are currently suffering because their SNAP benefits have not come through, because they are unable to feed their families, because parents, especially mothers, are skipping meals in order to make sure that their kids eat. This is just disgusting, let them eat cake behavior. And I am struggling to put into words how I feel. They are laughing in our faces, just like that damn Sephora ad with Mariah Carey. The politicians that are in power and the major corporations are laughing in our faces as our friends and neighbors, and in some cases ourselves, suffer to put food in our bellies. So if you're fed up like me, go follow the Big Beautiful Boycott account here on TikTok. Make sure you visit bigbeautifulboycott.us, and let's freaking do something about this. This is completely unforgivable.
Donald Trump is desperately trying to claim that prices are going to be down 25% this Thanksgiving because of his amazing economic success. But here's the thing, even his own administration is sounding the alarm bells that this is not true, and he got fact-checked. Look at this. He said Walmart just announced that prices for Thanksgiving dinner is now down 25% since under sleepy/crooked Joe Biden in 2024. Affordability is a Republican stronghold. Hopefully Republicans will use this irrefutable fact. But it doesn't seem like that fact is very irrefutable because it's missing context. The 2025 Walmart Thanksgiving meal contains 15 items, while the 2024 meal contained 21. They also, of course, replaced most of the brand-named items with great value items. Here's a look at everything that was in the 2024 meal versus the 2025 meal. As you can tell, this one's substantially shorter, and it's only great value items. But despite being fact-checked, Donald Trump has decided to double down on his claim, saying that actually everybody else is just lying. He says that his costs are actually lower than the Democrats on everything, especially oil and gas. Therefore, the entire affordability issue has magically been solved because Donald Trump said so. That's right, guys. You're no longer struggling economically. But it's crazy because even his own administration disagrees with him. Sean Duffy said as we come into Thanksgiving, if we're still in a shutdown posture, it's going to be really rough out there. Really rough. They know they're hurting Americans and they know they're wrecking affordability, but they simply don't care.
Walmart just announced that the cost of their standard Thanksgiving meal, this is the greatest. They're greatest, they're wonderful. They come out every year with how much does a Thanksgiving meal cost compared to last year, right? And it always goes up, up, up. It's 40%, 30% more. Is 25% lower than 1 year ago. Isn't that great? That's a big deal, Rima. That's a big deal. I don't know if they care about that in Saudi Arabia, but...
So not only does this blubbering idiot take to the stage and say that, he also posted it on his Truth Social account. Walmart just announced that prices for the Thanksgiving dinner is now down 25% since under sleepy, crooked Joe Biden in 2024. Affordability is a Republican stronghold. Hopefully Republicans will use this irrefutable fact. I blame Zoran Mandani for teaching the Republicans and Donald Trump a new word, affordability. Now they're going to beat you over the head with it as they use it incorrectly. And here's the thing. They don't even have to do research because they can tell their base anything and they will believe it. let's look at the Walmart suggested meal for this year. They do this every year. This is this year's meal. There are like 15 items here. Let's count them. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 items. 15 items here. And you see all the ones at the end are Walmart brand. Great value. And here is Walmart's annual list for Thanksgiving from 2024. And if you count it, you will see that there are 21 items on that list. So I was curious and I went to the Walmart app and added up all the items from last year's list to see how much they would cost this year. And it was $76.22, but because of some discounts, they came down to $65.37. And what was the price last year for all of these items? Approximately $55. This year's cost of $65, that's with discounts, is 16% higher than it was last year for the same items. I would like for you all, if you have Walmart and you can go and add these prices up for yourself, I would like for you to share the price of this same meal from last year in my comment section. And also take into account that this year's meal does not include Marie Callender's pecan pie, ocean spray, cranberry sauce, or Jiffy cornbread mix. Those products, along with sweet potatoes, celery, and onions, are missing from this year's list. Yeah, you can't make this up.
So you've probably seen Trump keep talking about how Thanksgiving is 25% cheaper this year. Let's get into it. So Walmart releases these Thanksgiving baskets every year, and this year the Walmart CEO, don't go to Walmart, go somewhere else if you can. We do not need to be going and spending our money in places who help this motherfucker make propaganda, okay? Shop anywhere else but Walmart if you can. But Walmart CEO came out saying that their basket was 25% less this year than it was last year. Trump has taken this one Thanksgiving basket and turned it into all of Thanksgiving is going to be 25% cheaper. I'm going to show you the clip right now, and then I'll show you why it's actually cheaper this year.
Right now, so Walmart, to me, you know, that's AAA, came out that nobody going to influence them. I don't know them. But they just came out with a very powerful statement. They've done it for many years, that under the Biden administration, Thanksgiving meal, a Thanksgiving meal with all the trimmings, costs 25% more. In other words, our Thanksgiving this year coming up will cost 25% less than sleepy Joe Biden's.
So it's actually impossible to tell if he knows what he's talking about, if he believes that Thanksgiving is 25% cheaper, if he just got mixed up in what Walmart was saying. But here is the 2024 basket. The items that were in the basket last year when Biden was president. You'll see there's 21 items in the basket last year. I mean, there's a fucking whole pecan pie in this basket last year. Let's look at the basket from this year. This is the list. It's only 15 things instead of 21. It don't have the whole pecan pie. You can compare the list if you want to. I stopped at the pecan pie because I love pecan pie, and I know that shit ain't cheap. So if you don't have the whole pecan pie in this year's basket, of course it's going to be cheaper than last year. I mean, are you fucking kidding me? So make sure that you put Walmart towards the top of your boycott list this Christmas. Do not spend money with them if you can help it. We do not need to support these companies that are helping the Trump administration whitewash and propagandize what they're doing to us.
This is Trump, around 6 years old, standing next to his first grade teacher. And here he is at 11 years old on vacation. Now, between here and here at 8 years old, it's reported that Donnie Boy became a millionaire thanks to gifts from his daddy. Then, in 1968, after graduating college, his daddy gave Donnie his first job and reportedly paid him around $1 million a year. And as you probably know, his daddy ultimately gave Donnie $403 million. Anyway, now that America has an affordability crisis, by the way, this is a food line in Oregon, and the Trump crime family is literally making billions of dollars from blatant, unprecedented corruption. And he's demanding that we pay him $230 million from our tax dollars. It should be noted that there's no evidence that Trump has ever shopped for groceries for himself. And he hasn't flown commercial in decades. By the way, I love that this says rump. And he's gotten years of free health care at our expense. So why should anyone believe he even understands what it's like to need a job, pay for skyrocketing health insurance or medical bills, or even buy eggs? It's said that to whom much is given, much is expected. But it sure appears that Trump expects more and more while we get less and less. Do you agree?
Why'd Trump get up in front of everybody and say that grocery prices are way down and a Thanksgiving dinner is 30% cheaper this year at Walmart than it was in the previous years, and that all the prices are down and how great it is? What I want to know is, Mr. President, no offense, but have you ever been to Walmart? I don't think you probably have. And if you've been there, you'll realize that nothing at Walmart is fucking cheaper. And actually, I spoke to a manager that runs the Walmart meat counter, and he said that the information's not true. That a turkey at Walmart, a frozen or a raw one, is 33% higher. The bread is more expensive. The stuffing is up. The vegetables are more expensive. The stuff to make green bean bake is more expensive. The alcohol is more expensive. Coffee is up. So what I want to know is, in what world are you living in where Thanksgiving dinner is going to be cheaper? Most people can't afford to have it. So no. I just want to let everybody know that Thanksgiving isn't going to be cheaper. And I think everybody knows that groceries are not fucking cheaper. It's one thing if you're telling the truth, but don't make up stories that aren't true. This really irritates me because people are suffering. And I feel like it's kind of gaslighting everybody because everyone's talking about this and asking me if I've seen the video. I saw it, and I'm a little pissed about it. Groceries are not fucking cheaper.
Well, guys, I guess I was wrong. Trump posted that he's brought down the price of Thanksgiving dinner by 25%, and you can't lie about that. But it was weird that he cited Walmart as his source. I know he fires everyone who tells him the actual numbers on job growth and inflation and the consumer price index, but it was interesting. So looked into it. So I went to the Oracle, ChatGPT, and I gave it the truth. I asked it to tell me if the truth was the truth, which is crazy. You have to do that. And it gave me this. Just kidding. I made that. I made that because I want to make you guys laugh so bad. Please laugh. No. No, this is what it actually said. Okay, pause to read that. We'll keep going. What he's talking about is the literal Thanksgiving meal that they offer, which is like a bundle of like the cheapest things they could find. I mean, it's probably good, but it's the most price efficient one they can get, and it's supposed to be everything. That's what this man's talking about, and it changes every year. I've never bought one. What I'm reading is that they just changed the serving sizes a little bit. But if your indicator of the quality and health of the economy is the Walmart Thanksgiving bundle, you know, size be damned. This is great news. This is a win. The funny thing is, it's as close to a win as he's gotten in a long time. Can you imagine this being what you use? If the economy is really so good, use a real fact that I can't make fun of. This is so ripe for parody. My God. Also, I guess thank you, Walmart, for making this bundle. It would be great if you could just maybe pay your people enough so that they could afford to buy it themselves. But, you know, baby steps.
So here's what happened. In his Thanksgiving message, President Trump claimed that Walmart's affordable Thanksgiving dinner kit is proof that Americans are thriving again under his leadership. He said, and I quote, "Walmart's Thanksgiving deal shows the fake news is lying about an affordability crisis. Everyone can afford Thanksgiving now. Well, that's one way to measure economic health. Forget about job growth, wage stagnation, rent prices, or the cost of living. The real indicator, apparently, is whether a prepackaged dinner kit is still under $40. But here's the kicker. Trump didn't mention that Walmart heavily subsidized that kit as a holiday promotion, or that most Americans can't afford the rest of their groceries, housing, or healthcare. No, just the turkey kit. Because when you're out of touch with the working class, everything looks rosy from a golden dinner table at Mar-a-Lago. Let's be real. This so-called proof of affordability, is like saying there's no housing crisis because someone found a tent on sale at Costco. But you have to give it to Trump. He's consistent. Every Thanksgiving, there's a claim that somehow turns a complex issue into a bumper sticker victory. Prices are fine. Look at Walmart. America, everyone's eating great. Look at the poll numbers. America's winning again. Look at this gravy boot. Meanwhile, the average American is doing math in their head every time they walk into a grocery store. Eggs, butter, bread prices are up. Heating bills are climbing. Rent hasn't dropped. Credit card debt is breaking records. But sure, let's all be thankful that we can afford one day of discounted stuffing mix. Here's the truth behind this spin. That Walmart Thanksgiving dinner kit costs about $5, and it feeds 6 to 8 people if you stretch it. But for millions of families, even that $35 is a strain. Now, according to the latest data, over 60% of Americans are living paycheck to paycheck, and food banks across the country are reporting record demand this holiday season. So while Trump brags about Walmart sales, real Americans are lining up at food drives, skipping meals, or working overtime just to afford the same feast he's claiming is a proof of prosperity. It's tone deaf at best and insulting at worst, because affordability isn't about one dinner, it's about consistency. It's about whether families can afford next month's grocery or next year's rent or the medical bill that lands in their mailbox. But Trump's economic logic seems to go like this. If a turkey is on sale, the whole nation's thriving. This isn't new behavior either. Remember when he bragged about the best economy in history? Even as farmers were going bankrupt due to his tariffs? Or when he said gas prices were beautiful right before they jumped? It's a pattern. Take one convenient data point, spin it into a victory lap, and ignore everything else that contradicts it. The Walmart Thanksgiving deal is just the latest episode in the ongoing the reality show. That is Trump's America. You know, the billionaire who thinks you're doing just fine. That's the name I suggest. Now, imagine pitching this to Netflix. An out-of-touch billionaire believes he's fixed the economy because of a grocery store sale, while millions struggle to pay for dinner. It sounds like a dystopian comedy, except it's not fiction. It's Thanksgiving 2025. So for many families, Thanksgiving isn't just a holiday. It's a reminder of what's missing, what's hard, and what's still out of reach. So hearing a president downplay their struggle because of a Walmart discount feels more like a slap than a celebration. People don't want to be told they are doing fine. They want to feel like they are doing fine. You know that feeling. They want stability, dignity, and a chance to enjoy that dinner without debt creeping up behind them. So here's my question for you. Do you think Trump really believes this claim, or is it just another attempt to distract from economic pain with a shiny talking point? And more importantly, how should leaders talk about affordability in a way that actually connects with reality? Now, because if the state of the economy can be summed up by the price tag on a dinner kit, then America's got bigger problems than what's on the menu. Let's talk about it in the comment section. Do you think Thanksgiving deals prove the economy is healthy? Or is this just more political gravy poured over a dry turkey of denial? Don't forget to like, share, and subscribe if you want more truth served with a side of humor. Until next time, I'm Prince Josh with Global Views with Josh, and I'm wishing you a Thanksgiving filled with love, truth, maybe a little more than just that $5 Walmart kit. I'll see you on my next video. Credit belongs to original creators.